my name is Stacey Dansker. I'm a freshman in the college, and my intended major is MBB.
And I'm Nad Ladek. I'm a senior studying business and minoring in sociology. And through our personal experience and research we've done, we're going to talk to you about whether we should nap.
So first off, I want to ask a question. So how many people have taken a nap in the past week? Okay. So we're going to learn about the pros and cons of taking a nap. So first we're going to start off with some basic background information about statistics and napping in general. So 67 college students reported that they daytime nap, and about 77.6% report irregular sleeping. And our astonishing fact was that 92% of students report poor sleep satisfaction. That just means like going to bed at random times, waking up in the middle of the night. Like my schedule last semester really screwed with my sleeping because I'd have an 8:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then 1 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'd be like waking up at random times of the day, and the weekend I'd wake up at 2. So it's important to understand the different kinds of sleep. So there's REM versus non-REM sleep. So non-REM consists of 4 stages. That is basically your light period of sleep, especially the first stage, which is the first like 5 or 10 minutes. Is like really light, like easy to wake up, and the REM sleep is deep sleep, like very hard to like get up, and it's basically the time when your body's like replenishing.
Okay, so now we want to talk about a study done by NASA. It was done by Dr. David Dinges, and that's a picture of him. So astronauts can only sleep 6 hours a day when in shifts when they're traveling on a space shuttle. And so the obvious solution to this would be napping, except for the astronauts would wake up oftentimes more tired than when they went to sleep. So the study was done over a 10-day period, and it measured 18 sleep cycles. And so they had anchor sleeps from 4 to 8 hours, which is that big chunk of time you sleep at night usually. And they also had naps from 0 to 2.5 hours. And so the results of the study showed that naps do help a lot, especially with working memory, which is your ability to focus attention on one task. But it did not benefit vigilance and alertness. The only thing that really affects that is your anchor sleep. And so the more anchor sleep you get, the better your alertness and vigilance. And naps are not effective for nocturnal schedules. So I don't know how this happened, but I was pretty much nocturnal freshman year, and I would take naps during the day, but they didn't seem to help, so I can attest to that. Naps are a short-term fix that only temporarily boosts mental ability. I think this is important to know because it's a short-term fix. It shouldn't always be substituted for your anchor sleep. It should be done like on a need basis, whether it's with whether you have like a busy week during exam week or you have projects due.
So it's important to know how to nap effectively. So the best times to nap are definitely in the morning, anytime before 3 o'clock. So this way it doesn't interfere with your nighttime sleep when you're trying to go to sleep at night. And so we thought of like the best way to nap is like, let's say you have like a 9:35 a.m. class, which ends around 10:30 or so, and then you don't have class till noon. Like in between that would be a perfect time to nap. And also it's important to understand how long to nap for. Like the best naps are usually like 30 minutes, and don't nap longer than an hour because like I said before, we have the sleep cycle, which is usually about 90 minutes. You don't want to hit the REM sleep where it's sleeping to be very difficult to wake up and be alert. So we want to give you 3 tips of how to nap and everything basically where. So here's me sleeping in my dorm room, which you have time to do that to get back to the room, but not everyone has the ability to do that, and you don't want to be running late to class. So you could definitely take a nap at the Cox Computer Lab in between classes or when you're doing your work. Or if you can find like a quiet place in the library, such as the stacks during like finals like this time, and just have like a 30-minute power nap in that lounge area.
Okay, so to answer the question we posed, through our studies, yes, you should nap. I feel like that's made clear now. But things you should be aware of when doing this. Running late to class and missing class. A lot of times people, like Stacey mentioned, sleeping in your dorm room, will get really comfortable and sometimes go into into REM sleep, and they'll end up either running late or missing their class. Napping in class. Obviously, it's not the best idea to get those naps, to get your memory up when you can't be there for what's actually being taught. And affecting your nighttime sleep. So this goes back into how long you should nap. A lot of times people will nap from 1 to 2.5 hours. If you're sleeping for this long, you'll oftentimes find trouble going to sleep at night. And then it'll start a cycle where you'll have to nap that long the next day. Okay, so some resources at Emory. Well, we have our own sleep center clinic, which is pretty cool. You can make an appointment with any of the doctors through your portal, which is how you make your student health appointments as well. And it's located at 1841 Clifton Road, which is right up the street from the Student Health Center and a little bit past the CMC.
I just want to recap what we learned today, and that's basically that over 92% of students report poor sleep satisfaction, and that's just like a really big number. And REM sleep versus non-REM sleep. So non-REM is the light sleep, and REM sleep is the deep sleep. And there are actually apps that you can use to wake up during your light sleep. Like they'll kind of you can give like a time period of when you would want to wake up, and it will somehow figure out when you're in those first 4 stages.
Okay, and from the NASA study, we saw that yes, napping is great for your working memory, but not necessarily for alertness and vigilance. And also that naps are a temporary benefit. They don't necessarily help in the long term. And the best way to get good sleep is to have large amounts of anchor sleep.
And also, 3 places to nap at Emory would be the dorm, library, or couch in the Cox computer lab.
And things to be aware of would be not getting into your REM sleep, finding a place that's comfortable but not one where you won't want to wake up. And the sleep clinic. The sleep clinic is an awesome resource, and it's paid for by your activity fee, or your student health fee, rather.
Any questions?